Hi and welcome. Today we're going to do simple everyday makeup that looks amazing in person. I am super excited right now because I found an amazing concealer that is designed for women, specifically over 40. Now I have squirted a half of a pea size onto my makeup palette. This is very creamy. It blends very easily. It thins out very easily. And you can apply this with your fingers or a brush or even probably a sponge very simply. I heard about this product while I was going through Facebook last week, and this advertisement popped up talking about a concealer that was for older women and instantly got my attention. So let me show you how this works. I went ahead and thinned this out really well because I wanted to show you how little I'm actually going to use. So I'm just going to take that tiny amount and I'm going to start to apply it under my eyes. And the first thing that you'll notice after I've done this for a moment is that the color is going to change. It is going to cover up some of my under eye issues that I have, but it's also going to give me a very natural look. In fact, it's going to look just like my skin, just a tiny bit better here in a minute. And for those of you who are like, why didn't you tell me what it's called? It's called the Fiera Luxury Concealer, and I'm using it in the medium color. And for the next question, I will put all of the links to products in the top pinned comment of the video. Now, if I wanted to have a lighter color under eye, I could have gone with a beige easily. But I like to use a little bit of a darker color to get a more natural look. And then I save those lighter colors for when I want to do a more dramatic eye. Now that I've done one eye, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that and just do the rest of my face with it. Now remember, we're still working with that original half pea size, and I'm just dipping it in there and buffing it onto my face. Now, this is a very soft brush, and I don't have to do much work until I get to areas where I have those bigger pores. And the key to using cream makeup, any type of cream makeup, is when you get to the areas on your face where you have larger pores, you want to swirl and buff it in. Just give it a nice, gentle buff until it's all covered perfectly. The brush I'm using is like a dream. It is called the Blush and Bronzer brush, and I will also put the link to that in the top pinned comment. When you look at that little palette and you see how clear that makeup is, that gives you an idea of how much coverage you're actually getting on your face. It's the tiniest amount, so this is a really very natural look. Most of us need so little for foundation, it's not even funny. And it really kind of takes a while to allow that to sink into your head that you don't need as much as you did when you were 20. In fact, compared to when I was 20, I probably use a 20th of what I did for makeup then. Now look at that up close. Just looks like my skin. And you see my redness on this side, it's covered up on the other side. For being an incredibly huge skeptic, I was so thrilled with this. It doesn't crease on me. It doesn't crack. I don't need powder to set it. It's just freaking beautiful. However, if you go look at Amazon and the ratings, you'll be shocked because they're nothing like what I've said. And my guess is because people don't know how to put it on right. I think they just don't understand how thin to apply this. But that's where you come in because I actually need your help. If you have tried this Fiera Luxury Concealer, I want to hear from you, and everybody else does too. In the comments, please let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you liked, what you didn't like, okay? Thank you. Now, even on my most basic makeup days, I do add a little bit of contour cream right under my cheekbones. Contouring is all about enhancing and defining the natural structure of the face. If you haven't done any contouring before, I have some videos that will help sculpt and shape your face, but mainly that's going to have to do with the shape of your face. And here's a great resource for those who are just learning how to highlight and contour. This book not only goes over the different shapes of faces, but gives you kind of coloring pages so that you can try out where your blush and contour and highlight actually goes for your face shape. I actually love makeup books and have a hard time sometimes finding really good quality ones. So I'm going to start passing those on to you because some of them are really terrific and others are really a waste of money. But this particular book I think is really helpful for contouring and figuring out your face shape, but also if you've been watching people on, YouTube and you're seeing them put on their blush and it just looks gorgeous the way they do it, and maybe when you look in the mirror you wonder why yours doesn't look like that. It's probably because they have a different face shape than you do. So when you try to put it on the same way, it doesn't work for you. I have an oval face, so if you have an oval face, then chances are you're going to place your blush similarly to mine. And blush changes over the years. We used to put it kind of where the contour goes, and now we put it really high on the cheekbones to get a more lifted look. Remember back to the beginning of this video where I said it was going to be a quick and easy look? Well, it is an easy look, and it seems not so quick, but that's because I'm filming and having to start and stop, and now I'm doing all this talking over. But in real time, real life, if I wasn't filming anything and I wasn't talking in the background like I am, this is a 10-minute look. Well, 12, because at the end I decided to put false lashes on. So I'm gonna go 12, okay? And on most days, I'm just doing a really quick lip like this, just like a nude liner, and then my City Beauty lip plumper. Because the lip plumper is going to change the color of my lips, and the lip liner will keep all of that, inside those lines. Now, while I wasn't paying attention, I knocked down my last little eyebrow stamper, the little thing that's got the sponge on the end, so I'm having to use my eyeshadow brush to fill in the brows. I do that all the time. I don't know how I could drop so many things on the floor, but I managed to do it. Oh, and I've switched to a lighter color. I'm now using the 04. And when I put this on initially, it looks just a tad bit orange on me, but then it kind of darkens slightly, so I can get away with it. And a little birdie told me that they're going to have some kind of great Mother's Day sale on these, so just beware of that. I think this is a much more natural color for me, but what do you think? Now I've got to get rid of that little chunky part right on the inner eye so that it doesn't look like a fake brow, and then I'm ready for some waterproof brow mascara. If your eyebrows are already shaped beautifully and they're thick and luscious, like the ones that I dream of having, and all you need is a little bit of color, what you really want is a brow mascara. These are particularly great for those who have white or gray brows or multicolored brows and want them to all be uniform. Not only will it color your brow in, but it will also give it a little bit of a holding power. The key to being successful with these is to clean off almost all of the product before you go to your eyebrow with it. Then apply and sculpt it in one fell swoop. A great way to give your brows a little shape without adding anything else to them is just to use a little concealer underneath to shape them. Remember that lip plumper that I put on in the beginning? Well, look at the color of my lips now. It's totally different. Now, I am in no mood for putting on eyeshadow today, so I'm going to totally cheat and use a little bit of that same stuff that I used on my brows because it's waterproof and smudge proof. And you see how thin it goes on? I'm going to actually use that for an eyeshadow today. I mean, why not? Selfie powder to blur out the pores on my nose and take a little shine off my face. And then I'm going to throw on some lashes and we are done. Okay, now I'm going to get really close to the camera so you can see right up under my eyes. There's no caking, there's no creasing. It just looks as beautiful as it can look, and it just looks like skin. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and a follow, and definitely check out those links in the top pinned comment.